Now, do you, the question that I'm really curious, do you have an electronics person at your, because I know when I've watched the show, they've had dresses where they literally just have a battery pack and just lights like a Christmas tree going around the girl. Do you, have you ever done?
We have an electrician who doesn't work for us full time. We call Barry every time we get in trouble and say help, because we can't, we don't have the time. The girls are too busy for somebody to wire batteries, battery packs together. And if you buy, say, 10, 12, 14 battery packs, then they're all going to come with 3 or 4 batteries, and some girl can't walk around with 30, 40 batteries.
Right.
So I have to have them all put together so that the battery pack becomes small in one unit. So I need an electrician, yeah.
Now, do you only make custom dresses, or do you have ready-to-wear dresses as well? No,
I really make custom. I mean, I have samples in my store that people buy. Somebody bought a couple this week because it was Greek Easter this weekend or whatever, and it was Easter, right?
I celebrate Greek Easter.
Yeah, so I had Lebanese people in my office this week and whatever. So they'll pick up the samples that we have. But most people come in and want the top of that and the bottom of that and the color of that, and whatever,
Do you do fashion shows or anything like that?
I don't really have time. I mean, I'll do a presentation. I did something for the Waltham Museum last week, which was great. But I don't need it to pull in business. So I guess years ago I did more of that, but now we're just so inundated. We're just overflowing. I mean, we're just so slammed with business at this point that and especially Gypsies at this time of the year, because it's almost Memorial. Once they leave in the summer and they go away with their men, because the kids won't have school after May. So May Memorial is huge for them. It's their last big hurrah.
And now, how far do girls travel to come to your store and order something? Like, what is the farthest place that someone's come from?
They'll drive hours, I mean, to come there. Mostly from the south, because it's mostly where the bulk of the Gypsies are. But I go to them, too. I mean, a couple times a year I'll run into Memphis, or I'll run into South Carolina, or I'll run into Georgia, or whatever. If I know I'm going to if there's a party and I know that there's 2,000 Gypsies there and I can book, 40, 50 dresses by running in there for 2 days, then I'll just go. But I'm solid when I'm there. I mean, literally every hour on the hour into midnight, there's just people in my hotel.
Wow.
It's
waiting
brutal.
Waiting in line to get.
Waiting in line, yeah.
Well,
it's brutal.
Well, on the bright side, business is booming.
Business, thank you to TLC. I really had great business. I've always had amazing business. I knock on wood. I've always done something real special and something so limited that there was just not a lot of competition, so I was fine. But because of this, it's brought me a lot of regular people that weren't Gypsies, and I've enjoyed every minute of that too, because I've met the nicest people. I never would have met this wrestler. I never would have met the swim team. I never, you meet people. It's great. It's just been awesome because it's a little bit more diversified now.
So would you say that the opposite of what you were worrying happened when you said that you were worried if people found out that you did the Gypsy weddings, that they would run them away? It kind of did the opposite.
It did the opposite, and I was so worried that people would think, oh no, she just does Gypsy. And we do get that question every day, though. People do ask us every single day in an email, oh, do you just work for Gypsies? Which, no, of course not. But it brought us a lot more, what we are called gorgeous, regular people, gorgeous.
Now, do you enjoy working with certain groups or people more? Like, do you enjoy making huge Gypsy dresses rather than making
baby clothes.
Baby clothes.
My
favorite. Something like that?
My favorite. Baby Gypsies, my favorite. Absolutely. Oh, wow. And, and regular christening. Anything baby, it comes off the machine. It's so cute. It's so adorable.
And you can get it through the door, too.
You can get it through the door. You can get it through the door. You can get it in a box. But it's just so much more fun because it's little. And the project goes faster.
It's like a doll.
Yeah, it's like a doll.
Right.
Have you ever had any doll projects? Has anyone ever come to you?
We've had people email us for dolls that they collect and they want to spend all kinds of money on them. If I can take the work, I do. If I can't, I don't, because if I don't have the doll in front of me, I'm worried about the specs that they take and they won't fit right. But yeah, we'll do anything.
Wow, I was actually kidding about that. But
oh no. People have asked us for that too.
Now what I would have loved was a doll with a dress that was the same dress that I was wearing, so I could have my little mini me doll.
I'm sure you'll have one of those asked.
Well, I know that since we both have backgrounds in glitzy outfits, we might have to make a stop by the next time we're down here, since
definitely.
Right down the street.
Oh, please come by.
It seems so amazing what you do. Now, do you know of other people who do these types of designs with Gypsies, or are you really the only person out there?
There are people in the South that are dressmakers that can kind of knock off or try to knock off what we do. But the gypsies that have money, they're very status oriented, so they don't want to go to a party and not say they don't have a Sondra Celli. So it's almost an embarrassment. It's like someone buying a knockoff designer bag or something. You know, with them it's status. And if someone does go to someone and knocks me off, they will call me like that and say, that wasn't your dress. We know it wasn't your dress. We know they knocked you off. They can tell in a sec. First of all, we only use Swarovski crystal. So when it hits the lights, it goes like crazy.
Boom. Yeah.
So if somebody uses Czechoslovakian crystal or something, it doesn't have the same power, and they know it. The gypsies know. They might only go to the 6th grade or the 8th grade, but I will tell you right now, you cannot give them anything but the best. They will know in 2 seconds.
Now, would you say your glasses are also part of that Swarovski top?
Sure, we always do Swarovski.
Wow.
This is one of my favorite colors. This is called Crystal Copper.
That's
I love
awesome.
those.
It's a new color.
So even you've been kind of enticed into that. Everything's got to be blinged.
Yeah, I'm actually pretty simple. I just like great jewelry, sandals, and glasses, and things like detail accessory.
What makes Sondra happy? Great jewelry, sandals, and glasses.
Now, what I'm also wondering is, where do you order your material from, your crystals, everything like that?
Well, the crystals come out of Austria from Swarovski. There's a warehouse in Rhode Island, and it goes there, and then it's shipped to us. All the fabric comes out of New York because I lived in New York for so many years that everything that even comes from Europe is in New York, and then it gets shipped to me. So I'm more familiar with New York because I lived there for so many years than I am in Boston to buy materials, and there's more, more accessibility to what I need.
That's very fascinating.
Yeah, this whole thing is just amazing.
Mind-blowing.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for joining us, Sondra. It's been a real pleasure, and to meet you in person after watching the show for so long is just amazing.
Oh, thanks, honey. Watch it tonight.
Oh, I will.
Oh, we will.
Watch it.
Tonight's a
We
really
both
good
will
show.
be.
It's fun.
It's tonight's
I'll be able to
Victoria's
say,
Secret
"We just
butterfly.
Yeah, it's like wings, and there's 2 families that are rivals, and there's a double.
Oh, this will be
party
interesting.
tonight.
And you did both of them?
Of course.
Oh wow. We'll have to
Well,
watch.
I'm just a dressmaker. Don't shoot me. I'm just a dressmaker.
We'll have to watch
I
that.
can't wait to see that. Thank you so much, Sondra.
All right, thank you, honey.
Now, we're going to cut to a commercial right now, but don't go away because we have a great interview with Jared and Tyler coming up.